Good afternoon, Western Washington, and happy Tuesday. I'm Matthew Fab with Western Washington Weather, and we've got a lot to talk about today. We're going to have a hot day today, and then we've got some fires on the Olympic Peninsula that are going to be causing some smoke issues and a chance of thunderstorms over the next couple days. So we got a lot to look at today in the video, so let's dive right into it here. Before we do that, though, I just want to point out there is some smoke right there near Lake Cushman from the Bear Gulch fire, and there are some more fires we'll talk about in just a second. Starting here with the European model, you can see we are under the influence of some ridging today. That is going to bring some highs in the mid to upper 80s. But then take a look at this. You got this trough to the south of us that's going to weaken and sort of push north there as we go into Friday. And you can see that may bring some potential thunderstorms. We'll look at that in a minute. Then you can see we get under the influence of some more ridging there going into the weekend. But then another trough moves into our south there as we go into Sunday and Monday, cooling us down. And we'll see kind of what this does as we go off into the extended forecast. Taking a look at precipitation type here, you can see chance of thunderstorms for some of the southern Cascades today. Then as we go into Wednesday, chance of brief drizzle there on the coast, and then more widespread chance of thunderstorms in the Cascades there on Wednesday. But then take a look at Thursday. As you go into Thursday morning, you have some showers across parts of the southern lowlands there between Portland and Olympia. And then you can see as we go into Thursday afternoon, the Euro is showing some showers and possible thunderstorms moving up across parts of the lowlands, especially west of Seattle there, in addition to widespread thunderstorms across the Cascades and parts of eastern Washington. And then you can see as we go into Friday morning, another potential round of those showers and maybe thunderstorms. So we've got a lot to look at, and I will be doing more videos over the next few days here as we kind of watch what this does. We're not really sure yet. Models have kind of been flip-flopping around with this, and you can see more thunderstorms across parts of eastern Washington as well. So we got to stay tuned to watch this more. You can see lightning flash density here this afternoon. You have some storms over the southern Cascades. You can see as we go into Wednesday, much higher chance across parts of the Cascades Wednesday afternoon. Then you can see on Thursday there you get an even higher chance across the Cascades for widespread thunderstorms. And then as you go into the evening, you see some of this maybe leaking into the lowlands a little bit. And that may continue a little bit into Friday. There were some storms in the Olympics. So we got to watch. There's a lot of uncertainty with this. So we got to stay tuned. And we will talk about it more over the next few days. And you can see here on the high-resolution rapid refresh simulated radar here, thunderstorm potential in the Cascades Wednesday evening there. And then you see as we go into early Thursday morning, see how down here around Portland and some of the Washington, Oregon coast, you got some showers starting to leak off out of the mountains and potentially bring some thunderstorms in the early morning hours of Thursday. See how that continues. You get this area of storms between Olympia and Hoquiam moving northwest, and then you got more showers developing over the mountains. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens on Thursday and how these storms go, if we do get any to move into the lowlands going into Thursday afternoon, evening, maybe Friday as well. So stay tuned over the next few days as we kind of nail this down and continue to watch what each forecast shows. Now, switching gears a little bit, let's take a look at today's high temperatures. Look at this. You're going to have highs from Seattle southward in the mid-80s to low 90s. You can see Portland reaching 90, 89 in Olympia, 88 in Shelton, 87 in Tacoma, 85 in Seattle. From Seattle northward, you have highs in the upper 70s to mid-80s, maybe some low 90s in some of those mountain valleys, mid-60s to low 70s on the coast, and you can see pretty hot in the low 100s there across eastern Washington. Cool down there on Thursday, you can see we have highs in the mid-70s to low 80s from Seattle north. From Seattle southward, you have highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. Coast in the mid to upper 60s. Going into Friday, you can see very similar to Thursday, a little bit cooler up north there near Bellingham with highs in the low 70s. However, overall, very similar temperatures. Saturday, we cool down a little bit more. Sunday, we cool down significantly. You can see highs only in the mid-70s for most of western Washington, coast in the mid-60s. And same thing there on Monday, nice and cool. And then we start to tick back up a little bit as we go into Tuesday, back into the mid-70s for most of the area. So now we kind of want to switch gears, taking a look at fires here. So this is not a very good thing to see. You can see we have 5 fires right now on the Olympic Peninsula. You have the South Huckleberry Fire in the Quinault Reservation there near Queets. And then you have the new Striped Peak Fire near Port just west of Port Angeles. I'm not really sure what's going on with that one. It was just reported this morning. Then you have the Browns Creek fire, the Hama fire, and then the Bear Gulch fire, which is the biggest one. And these three are kind of the ones to watch because they are producing the most smoke and could bring some surface smoke to parts of the Puget Sound area, and obviously some very visible elevated smoke, especially in the evenings as we get towards sunset. So taking a look here at the high-resolution rapid refresh, we're looking at vertically integrated smoke. This is smoke aloft. You can see as we go through the afternoon today, these fires will start to produce a lot more smoke going into this evening, and you can see how that smoke kind of pushes around parts of western Washington, the Olympics, and into western Oregon. And then as you can see, we go into Wednesday, and these fires as we go into the evening produce a lot more smoke again. Take a look at some of that blowing directly over Hood Canal toward the Kitsap Peninsula as we go into Wednesday afternoon. And then that starts to kind of push off over the Olympics and then parts of western Washington and Oregon. And then we'll have to see what happens on Thursday with some of those thunderstorms and southerly flow moving through. Now taking a look at near-surface smoke, this is kind of what we want to pay attention to. You can see as we go through today, some of this smoke that's just been floating around from these fires starts to impact parts of the metro area a little bit there. As we go into this afternoon and evening, you get that smoke smell. And then take a look at this heavier surface smoke as we go into tonight, moving toward Shelton and Olympia, and maybe even Tacoma as we go toward 1 a.m. there and pushing south toward Portland. Then you can see as we go through Wednesday, these fires kick off a lot of smoke again, and it pushes south towards Shelton and Olympia, and then a little bit of it maybe pushes towards Seattle. So there is definitely going to be some surface smoke in the area. These fires on the Olympic Peninsula are always something we have to watch when they're going on because of the proximity to the metro area and how they can bring smoke impacts. So definitely stay tuned as we continue to watch this and watch the progress of these fires over the next few days here. Now, I just wanted to point this out as well. Once it loads, this is Purple Air. This is a great resource looking at tons of different air quality sensors across the region. I have one on my house in Federal Way. I know many people do as well. In addition to me, there you can see the Seattle area is just covered in these air quality sensors. And you can see right now air quality is in the good category, in the 10 to 20 range. However, take a look over here at the Olympic Peninsula. You can see some elevated areas of air quality there on the Kitsap Peninsula as well. These fires are burning right here just west of Hood Canal. And as we go through each day, those fires produce more smoke as the day goes on. So it'll be very interesting to watch this air quality map as we go through the day and see what happens here. So I'll put a link to this in the description as well, this exact map if you want this view right here of western Washington. I'll put the link to this in the description below, so be sure to check that out. And as always, thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe here to Western Washington Weather for more frequent updates about the upcoming weather, the smoke, the thunderstorms, any heat that we may be dealing with through the rest of this summer. In addition, follow me on Blue Sky on Twitter and the Western Washington Weather Facebook group. The links to all of these are in the description, in addition to that link to Purple Air. So thank you all very much for watching. Stay tuned, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow.